beautiful bag. So I'll first of all show you the measurement that I use. As I'm making the measurements, I'll also be showing you all the measurements here. So I'll be using my book as I'm doing before to make the measurements. Then I'll be showing you the outcome of the one I've cutted out already. So let's go ahead and use our paper to draw our measurements. So this is the paper we are using today for the school bag. So now let's go ahead and do the first stage, the second stage, the third and the last stage. So the first stage we are going to do is to cut out the main front side of the bag. Then after cutting the main front side of the bag, then I'll cut the front bag, that's the main pocket that will be at the front bag. After that, we're going to cut the side. So the first one is the main body, the front bag, that's the main body. The front pocket that will be at the main body. The third one will be the round body of the bag. After cutting the round body of the bag, the fourth will be the back. Then after cutting the back side, we're going to go ahead and cut the handle for the bag. So now let's go ahead. The measurement I used of the bag, look at the cut out, that's the main body of the front pattern of the bag. So this is the main body of the front pattern of the bag. So I will tell you the measurements. I told you I'll be just using the off sketch to draw the measurements. So here I measured out 16 by 12 inch. So I measured 16 here. This is 16 by 12-inch pattern for the bag. So this is 16 by 12-inch pattern for the bag. Then after cutting out the 16 by 12-inch, I measured, got in the middle of this place here. I got the middle of here. So got in the middle of this side now. Sorry, I'm using off sketch because I've cutted out the patterns that we're using here. So let's go ahead and draw the pattern. Got in the middle of the 12-inch up here. I go ahead, by moving ahead, I got the measurement here to be 1.5 inch, and here is 1.5 inch. So let me label it 16 by 12 inch here, 12 by 16. So here I measured 1.5 inch, and here I measured 1.5 inch from the middle of the bag. I measured 1.5 inch here, then I measured 1.5 inch here. Coming down here, because this is 16 inch, I just divided it into two to get 8 inch here. So this is 8 and this is 8. Then getting the 8 inch now, I'll move the head here to draw the curve of those back by joining it from the 8 inch here. So I join it here, getting the 8 inch at the two sides of the bag. So this is 8 inch. So this is the curve. Coming down here, I measured 1 inch and I measured 1 inch here. Then I curved this side. They will be the base side of the bag. Then after that, from up here, where I'll put the zip that divided in this one, the front bag into two, I measured from here to be 7 inch. So that's how I cut it out this one. So from here to here is 7 inch. Then this one is the remaining one. That will be 9 inch. So 9 plus 7 will be 16 inch for the bag. Then, so this is the main body of the bag. After cutting it out from the measurements I have here, after cutting it out, this is the measurement. So I'll be adding white and this color here. So this one I cutted out is 2. So this one is the flap that will cover the front pocket for the bag. So this is the flap, and the measurement I used here, let me use my tape here. The measurement I used here now is 10 by 7 inch. So this is 10 by 7 inch. So let me go ahead and draw this one. This one is 7 by 10 inch. So this side is 10 and this side is 7 inch. I just curved it from the side that will cover the pocket. So I curved it this way. So this is for this one. This is the flap, and the same measurement for this one. This one will be the main pocket of the bag. So after cutting these ones here, I measured it by using my tape and moved it around the body of the leather. So I measured it this way. So I measured it this way now. So the measurement is 24 inch, and I added 1 extra inch in case of incasity. Sorry for that. So after measuring it this way one now is the pocket, front pocket for the bag, and this one will be flap, of which we are still going to reshape it by sharpening it this way, as the shape of the bag looks like the one we have already made before. So after that, I'll keep it aside. And coming to the main body of the bag, after sewing it, we're still going to measure the round body, but I'll tell you the measurement that I used because I have cutted all of them out, remaining the handle and the back side of the bag, of which is after sewing this one, then I place it on top of the leather, then I use it to cut the back side of the bag. Sometimes after cutting all of them together, the back side might not enter very well because I'll still sew things inside this one. So because of that, I like sewing the front pattern, that the front side of the school bag. Then after sewing the front back side of the school bag, I'll go ahead and place it on top of the leather before I'll cut any back side that has displayed. I'll add the handle for the bag. Any school bag I'm sewing, unless I'm sure that the front side and the back side are equal, I will not add any pocket. I will not cut anything on the front pattern of the bag. I will now cut all of them together. But once I will add some, like this one I've cutted out now, after while sewing it now, I will fold some part of it inside this way. So because I will fold it inside this way, I don't need to cut the back side where the handle will be at the same time. I like sewing it because I'll fold it. After sewing it now, folding it, it might reduce to 15 inch because it's 16. After sewing it, it might reduce to 15 or 14 inch. So I will now use that measurement to cut the back side of the bag. So coming to the round body of the bag, that's the main side where I'll add the zip. I measured the zip side to be 14 by 2.5 inch. So this one now, sorry, I measured 24, not 14. I measured 24 by 2.5 inch. I just added this leather here. This one is not among, I just added it here. That's why you're seeing it this way. So this one is 24 by 2.5 inch. That will be the main round body of the zipper side of the bag, and it will be 2 pieces. Then on the other side again, that's the main round body that will be at the base side of the bag. The measurement I used, where is it? Okay, I measured 5 inch, because the zipper side of the bag is now 2.5 inch and 2.5 inch, making it 5 inch. So that's why the round body will be 5 inch by 27 inch. That's actually the measurement I usually use for school bag. So if there is extra one, I will now cut it out. But that measurement helps me that I will not add something or it will not reach. No, that's why I am cutting 24 by 2.5 inch for the zipper side. That's for the secondary school pattern of the school bag. Then for primary school, I might use 20 for the zipper side of the bag. But for the main round body of the bag, I usually use 27 inch by 5 inch, depend on the size I want the bag to be, or I will use a 23 or 22 inch, depend on the size. That's the primary aspect of the school bag. So now let's go ahead and sew the bag. Remember, we're using cord on those bags. So this is the color of the zip that I'll be using. The same color, but just different small because of the zip. So I'll be using the zip, and I'll be using white leather to cover the cord. For you to cut out this one now, you need 1 inch on the length you want it to be. So this is 1 inch. That's also, I'll use it to cover the cord that I'll use. So now let's keep these ones here. I'll keep my book aside. So after keeping it beside me now, I will now go ahead and first of all cover the cord with the leather that I'll be using. Now let's go ahead and do that now. So I will now go ahead and cover this one this way. This is the cord. Actually, sometimes cord comes in black color. So use your leather to cover it, depend on the color you want it to be. So because it's black color and I want it to be white in color, so I'm using my white color leather to cover it up. So let me go ahead and cover it now. So now I'll go ahead and sew it together. So now after covering the thread, the cord with the leather, that's the white color that I'm using. I will now go ahead and trim these parts out. That's the wanted ones, the extra ones here. I'll just cut it out. Sorry, the teeth just removing. Let me tighten it up before we're going to continue again. So now for this, after covering the cord with the white wire that we're using, I will now go ahead and sew those one together. This will be the flap for the back. I told this will be two because I'll add it this way. So this is the way it will be. So first of all, let me go ahead and sew it round. So I will use my machine and sew it round. So let me go ahead and do that now. After that, I'll use white, that's 1 inch, to cover it round and stop here. I'll start from here and cover it this way, then I'll stop here. So now, after sewing it this way, I told you this is the flap of the bag. I will now go ahead and cut it this way by measuring out. I will now go ahead and measure out 3 inch from here. So I'll measure out 3 inch here. Coming down here, I'll measure 1.5 inch. Here, I'll measure 2 inch. Then I'll measure 1.5. I'll measure 1 inch here. I'll come here and I'll measure 1 inch. Coming down here. So from here, I will now go ahead and sew it straight. So after sewing it this way, I will now go ahead and cut it this way here. So this is how it will be after sewing it. You see how I curved it? I curved here and I curved here small. So now I'll use white leather to cover it. First of all, I will join the leather here that will be holding the key. Can I call it a key? I don't know the name anyway, so I'll use it to. I'll add this one here first. So now let me go ahead and sew the leather that I'm using to add this. So the measurement for this one is 2 inch, 2 inch by 22 inch, but I'll still cut it into two. So I'll cut it, making it 11 inch by 2 inch. So I'll cut it this way. So after cutting it now, I'll fold it here. I'll fold this one here. Just watch me as I'm folding this. Can you see how I folded two of them here this way? Then I will now go ahead and sew it. So this is how it will be after sewing it. So I'll join it here, then I'll join the other one here also. So let me fold this one and sew it also. So this is the two designs. That the handle that will hold the hook. So I'll add this one here. I'll add this, then I'll go ahead and add this. But first of all, I'll measure out because this is 10 inch. So I'll measure it out here 2.5 inch. I'll measure out 2.5 inch. That's the place I'll add it. Then I'll come here. I'll also measure out 2.5 inch. So let me go ahead and join it from here now. So after joining this one, I'll go ahead and join this one also here. So after sewing it, this is how it will be. I see this, so it will be this way now. So now let me go ahead and add it here. I'm adding it on the main body, that's the main front body of the bag. So I will now go ahead and measure out. So because this is 12 inch, I will now measure. Now you know this is 10 inch, so I'll measure out. I'll measure out. This is 10 inch now, and this is 12. So I'll measure it 1 inch out. So I'll measure out 1 inch. I'll also go ahead and measure out 1 inch. So from the 1 inch now, I will now come down here and I will measure 1 inch down here. I will also measure 1 inch here. Okay, I will measure 1.5 inch instead of 1 inch. I'll measure 1.5 inch, then I'll stop here. So from there, I will now join this one here this way. So this one will be this way here. I will join it from here this way. So it will be this way here. Then I'll go ahead and sew it here. So let me go ahead and do that. From the place I measured 1.5 inch, I'll sew it from here, then I'll stop here. So after sewing it, it will be this way. Can you see? So this is how it will be. After sewing it, it will be this way. Remember, I'll still add something here that will hold this one together here. Let me just leave it this way. I'll still cut this one out before, then I'll add something here, then I'll add another thing down here. But first of all, let's go ahead and add the main pocket that will be here. After adding this one this way, I'll go ahead and add the main pocket that will be down here. That main pocket, I told you the measurement before, so let's go ahead and do that. So this is the white one that we're going to use for down here. But first of all, I'll use the lining and cover it up. So I'll cover this one with lining here. So let me go ahead and sew it round with the lining. Then after that, I'll trim it out. Oh, not cut this one very well. Sorry about that. Let me go ahead and cut it. So now after cutting it out, the next thing I will do is to go ahead and use cord. I'll join cord round here this way. So let me go ahead and join this one. So this is the cord. While joining the cord, I will not start from the beginning. So this is the cord that I will use. So I will start from here. Look at where this cord stopped. This is where this cord stopped. So I'll start from up here. So here I will open some parts because I don't want the cord to reach at the end. So now I'll turn it this way here. Can you see where the cord stopped? And this one will stop here also. So it will not end here, it will just be this way. So the next thing I will do now is to use the round leather and then join it with this one. So this is the leather I'm using. So this is the one that I'm using for that one now. So let's go ahead and cover it this way. So by getting the middle of this one here, I'll get the middle of those. I told you the measurements that the middle. I think what we measured out is a 24-inch by 2-inch. So I'll get the middle of this one also here. So from here now, I'll join it from the middle of those. Then I'll go ahead and sew it. So coming here, I'll fold it this way now. Sorry, I supposed to fold this one, but because I didn't fold it, I will still fold this one this way. Then I'll go ahead and sew it before I'll join it together. So after sewing it, I'll cut the remaining one out. Then I'll go ahead and hold two of them. Remember, this cord will not reach at the end. So it will be this way now. Then I'll go ahead and join two of them this way. So this is how it will be. Then I'll now go ahead and sew this one. I'll still fold this one this way also. I'll go ahead and sew it too. Then after that, I'll go ahead and sew the remaining one. So after sewing this one, I'll turn it. Let's see the one that I have sewed already. So now it will be this way. Can you see? This is how it will be after sewing it. So the next one I'm going to do now is to join it with this one here. So by getting the middle of this, by getting the middle of this one here, I will notch it out from the middle. Now I've gotten the middle of this one already before. Then I will now go ahead and measure 1 inch from the middle of this. I'll measure out 1 inch. That's this. I will join it from the 1 inch. So I will measure out 1 inch this way. So no need of measuring 10 inch because I'll just be sewing it from the round body. Then I'll fold it this way. I'll fold it this way. Then I'll go ahead and join it from the middle. So this is the middle of the back. Then I'll join it from the middle here this way. I will join it this way from the middle of the back this way. So from the middle I'll sew each round. Let's go ahead and do that. From the place we measured 1 inch. I'll be sewing it small small so that there will be no mistake. So from here I'll curve it from where the top stopped. I'll curve it here. Oh, seeing this, I noticed there is some mistake here. This one that is up here is more than where I added those. While covering it now, it will be this way. Are you see? So it will be this way now. So I don't know how it will look like. Should I leave it that way or should I just go ahead and then cut some parts? But it's like I will leave it that way because it's still beautiful. I wanted it to be up before, but because it's this way, let me just go ahead and sew it remaining one down. So this one will be this way. So coming to this side, I will now go ahead and sew this side also. That's what I'm doing, because this one is at the left hand side of the back. I'm just trying to get what I want here. So that's why I'm just doing all those to make sure that I got it. So this is how it will be. Then I'll now go ahead and sew it from here. So coming here, I'll fold this one this side also. Sorry, need to do some correction here. So after sewing it, it will be this way. Can you see? So this is how it will be after sewing it this way now. So it will be this way. Sorry for all these threads. I'll still remove all of them. Sorry, sorry. Oh God. So now after sewing this one this way, this is how it will be. Can you see? After sewing it, it will be this way. Then the next thing I will do now is to go ahead and add this one that will be on top. This is the one that will be on top of those. So I'll go ahead and add it here. So let me go ahead and do that. By first of all, adding the zip cloth here. So let me keep this one aside. We have done all those. So I'll add zip cloth here. So let me go ahead and do that now. So this is the zip cloth that we're going to use. That is I think is a size 5. Okay, let's check. I don't know whether it's size 5 again or size 6. You know, sometimes it's confusing. Size 5 and size 6, sometimes it's confusing. So let me check. Okay, it's size 5. So this is size 5 zip head. So I'll add this one this way here. Then I'll go ahead and sew it here now. So after sewing it this way, I will go ahead and fold it this way now. So it will be this way after folding it. I'll fold it this way. That's why I told you I will not cut out the back side. That's the place I'll add the handle, the back side of the bag, until I finish sewing this one, because I know I'll fold this. Because if I cut two of them together, if I cut two of them together now, after folding all these ones, this one will be shortened and that one will be big. It might not enter. That's why I usually like to cut that side after sewing all the sewable at the front. Sorry for the language. After sewing all those ones, then I will go ahead and cut that side. So this one will be this way now. I will now go ahead and sew it. Remember the zip is inside this way, then this one is this way now. So I will now go ahead and sew it straight. So now you see how it is after sewing it. Now you see, so it have covered it this way. Then I'll go ahead and join it on this one also. So after sewing it this way, I'll go ahead and fold this one here. It will be this way, then I'll go ahead and sew it also. So before I know it, just off, we're back again. So as I told you, I've made this side that I told you before. So this is how it will be after sewing it. So by me looking now, you notice that this side is okay, and this side have some amendment that I will do here. So I need to amend some things here. So I need to bring it in small. So I need to bring it in this way, small. Yeah. So let me go ahead and do that. So this is how it will be. after sewing it. Oh, sorry. So this is how it will be. Can you see? So it will be this way after sewing it. Oh, so it will be this way. So I will stop here for today. Tomorrow we will continue from where we stopped. Thanks so much for watching this. Thank you so much.